Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Comedy Cellar Nightly Show with me and Mike Suarez on our usual Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York City time. Earlier, maybe where you live, the Comedy Cellar, the greatest comedy club. 4 different rooms now, 4, count them, 4 every night of the week, comedy and the best that there is. Um, I can tell you that because I will be at the Fat Black Pussycat, which is one of the spaces at the Comedy Cellar with Marina Franklin on Thursday, March 30th. I think it's Thursday, March 30th. I keep getting my Wednesdays and Thursdays keep getting mixed up because, when you don't work, then every day gets mixed up. I happen to know that Thursday is St. Patrick's Day, and that's the one day Dave Juskow usually does not leave the house because, I'm going to, there's no beating around the bush. I feel I'll get beaten up every St. Patrick's Day, and being Jewish is not helpful on St. Patrick's Day. However, I've had some good times on St. Patrick's Day. I wish they would get rid of the parade. I know Irish people get angry at that, but those Irish people that get angry at that don't live in Manhattan. If you live in Manhattan, you hate all parades. So, hello, Catalina. Nice to see you. What are you talking about? Happy surprise. We always start at 6:00. I don't know what that means. Catalina, you don't understand how it works in America. We changed our clocks. How'd you even find me? If you didn't know. Yeah, this country, we keep changing the clocks around and everybody's supposed to follow it. It's 6:00 here now, but you're right. It should be 7:00. No, it should be 5:00, right, Mike?
Correct.
Right. We put it ahead on right. They don't have daylight savings time in Chile. And thank you, Anonymous. Tomorrow night, sundown begins Purim. And then there's a big parade. Right, Angela. Yeah, she doesn't know. It's what are you saying you do it to? Well, you must do it on a different day. Like, what time is it now, Catalina, where you are in Chile? She says they change our time, but they must have. Well, this is America. This is America, Jack. That's from Coming to America. I just watched it again last night. Thank God that was on because, oh my God, I got so drunk last night by accident. Like, I met some girl at 5, and then she told me she doesn't drink, but I was already planning on drinking. I had 1 martini and a glass of wine, and I don't know what happened. I was walking around like I'm like I had to like leave her because I'm like, yeah, I'll see you later. I got stuff to do. I had nothing to do. I just couldn't barely walk. I don't know what happened. I'm a pretty good drunk, but something went horribly wrong. I don't know what it was. Right, Arizona doesn't change times either, right? Why is that? Yeah, why is it? What is it? State by state?
I guess it can be.
Catalina, actually, our changes are ridiculous, but the show was usually 2,000 hours, and now it's 1,900. What? This is right out of Spinal Tap. So that's like 300. That's like 1,000 hours. Then is that right? We don't understand that world time. We do. I do know that 1:00 is 1,300 hours, but that's it. Yeah, anonymous. Yeah, we're dying to know, Catalina. When are you changing your clocks? See, maybe this is boring, but I'm fascinated by this stuff. In fact, I used to write for Maxim magazine. And one of the articles I had pitched was that I wanted to do a time change drinking article. And I looked all this up online when online was sketchy in around 2000 to see if there was a bar next to the time change that you could go, a mile away where the clocks were different and still have another hour of drinking. Somewhere in Tennessee or Kentucky, somewhere where the time changes, it's different, like it's close. I mean, wouldn't that be fascinating? I mean, people must live around where the line changes, where if you go to your friend's house, it might be 2:00 and then your house is 3:00, right? I mean, Mike, that has to be a thing, right? Mike is gone. But the thing is, I mean, that is it. I mean, somebody's got to know it. How are people never talking about that? There must be a place, and if people we know that if they say they're having a barbecue and it's your next door neighbor, that time must be all messed up because there's an hour time difference. That has to be I got to do some checking on that. Anyway, let's just start the show. We got a lot to do today because we're going to make our March Madness pick. Mike, you're back?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to step away for a second.
For what? No, it doesn't matter. No, I was just asking, Mike, I was just saying, there must be somebody who knows. You live in Texas. You're an hour back. So you don't live on the border of the time change. I'm curious to know if you could have a best friend that lives like your next door neighbor. It could be 2:00 in their backyard, but 3:00 where you live.
I mean the time changes when you go to El Paso.
Right. It changed, but I'm just saying there's got to be.
If you live on I forget the name of the line, but yeah.
If you live on the line. So right, it's of course Elizabeth lives in Canada. Nobody follows the time change nonsense. Oh, thank you. Put that up, Mike. What Elizabeth just wrote. I always. Thank you, everybody. We always want to put that. Mike, that should have been up immediately. It's just somebody's got to live on that line, and I want to know how things work there. And I don't understand why Maxim wasn't into that for an extra hour of drinking. But Maxim Magazine, I don't even think exists anymore. And if it does, no one cares. Anyway, what I wanted to say, we're doing a March Madness picks today. It might be boring. I don't know. I was just keeping with the sports theme because we were done. And now at this point, we don't really care about that. But whatever. We're going to pick them anyway. And it'll be kind of fun because it's always just fun to, pick stuff and have a contest. So we'll be doing that later. Nick Griffin's going to be joining us later. But let me just start by telling you, maybe you heard the news, that clearly Dolly Parton listens to this show and said, I feel bad, y'all, about being in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame since I'm not rock and roll. Now, I don't know when she started to talk like Gomer Pyle, but she said that and she withdrew her name from the list of people in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I feel bad because it's kind of funny, even though I didn't want her in there, only because she's not rock and roll. I know I was thinking about getting another pick anonymous, but I'm like, well, there's still actually plenty of time. I don't think they picked the label. We just had so much picking to do. So maybe we'll kick her out and we'll make somebody else. But I just, is your dog barking?
There's a bunch of dogs barking outside. That's why
I love it.
Away for a second.
I know. I like it, though. I like when that happens. But yeah, it's just so funny that she got it, too. She's like, I've never even put out a rock and roll album. See, she gets it. She's the coolest person to even do that. But I'm also upset because I did want to see her get nominated because she's way awesome and everybody knows it. Nobody doesn't like Dolly Parton. She's a little country and a little bit rock and roll. Yep, I'll see myself out. Way to go, Angela. Perfect. No, you're absolutely right. That's when they put Donnie and Marie in there.
Elizabeth, that's someone was walking through the alley in the back, so all the dogs in the neighborhood were barking.
What alley?
I'm in Texas right now.
Yeah, I know. Why are you near an alley?
There's just like between the houses, there's like a little alley.
I don't understand. I don't live in
my backyard. There's a small little like alleyway, and then there's the next backyard.
See, now I'd like to see a picture of that. Oh, also, I just wanted to say we were talking about possibly picking, next week we're making our Oscar picks. So get ready, watch the show, watch the movies. I just saw, did I tell you last week I saw Coda?
Yes.
I did say it? Okay. That was really good. Oh, so then I haven't seen a new movie in a week. You sure I told you?
You told me. I don't know if you said it on the thing.
Oh, well, it's really good. Nightmare Alley was really bad. And I need to see a
that.
couple more. Okay, right. So we got to get into that next week. I think I'm going to try and get my friend Scotty Gorenstein on. He used to be Liza Minnelli's publicist. If you want to epitomize the word gay, well, this would be it. But he is hilarious because all he wants to do is nominate Timothée Chalamet, a tiebreaker, which is the worst films ever. Unfortunately, I thought it might be better not to do that because the most nominated movie is the movie Diana, which was written by my friend and our friend, a friend of this show, Dave Bryan. And I thought it would be disrespectful. He's been on this show before to, even if I took that out, because I first did that, I'm like, I'll take Diana out. It just seemed disrespectful in every way. And in so many ways, because that probably shouldn't have even been a Netflix special, and it was all COVID related, and that's why the show didn't even get going. Everything was just COVID related. The poor guy, and he's such a talented guy, and he'll be back again, and of course he's touring with Bon Jovi in a month anyway. So but when that's your baby and you spend all that time, it hurts. So we didn't want to be rude to him, because he's great. Elizabeth, it's funny you mentioned Bryan Adams in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, because Bryan Adams, I was just playing on my podcast the other day, he wrote a song called Diana, which rocks, and I can't get it out of my head. The first time I saw you was in a magazine. The next time I saw you on my television screen. I knew right then and there I had to make you mine. I think that's how it goes. It was like a little known song from like the 80s, and I always remembered it. It was really good.
To answer your question from earlier, there are some places in Indiana where the town will be split with the time zone, so going to work can be crazy.
Yeah, right? That's got to mess you up. Now I didn't even think about going to work. Wouldn't that be funny if, like, when I worked on 45th and 5th, if that was a different time? I don't know whether that would be good or bad. God, what a mess. And that's not a time change thing. That's just like the way it has to work, just because of the way the earth rotates. Right, Mike? It's like, for Coda, isn't Apple TV the only place to see the film? I don't know. It's the it. I see them. I see them. Paul Anka wrote Diane. Are you sure that wasn't a Bryan Adams original?
Let me find out.
Paul Anka, he wrote a song called Diana in the 80s. That was that kind of rocking. I love Bryan Adams. So, also, you might have heard Tom Brady is coming back, which messes up everybody's stuff. We thought we were rid of that guy. And that's really messed up that he just decided to come out of retirement, which I don't think anybody is shocked about. He was still at the top of his game. But I think what his plan was, I don't know whether you know, was he wanted to play for the 49ers in San Francisco, because that's where he's from, and finish his career there. And Tampa Bay wouldn't let him out of his contract, which is kind of weird, because I don't know. It's just weird, because they just should have let him do whatever he wants. But right, why would they want to let him out? But it figures like somebody like Tom Brady should be able to manipulate that anyway. That's why I was saying, right, I wouldn't let him out of his contract. I'm like, oh, no. If you're going to play for us. I would do everything in my power to keep him. It just figures that Tom Brady must have, like, the most powerful agent of all, and should be able, you'd think he could just play wherever he wanted. It'd be hilarious if he played for the Jets. And then, of course, it would be the worst season he ever had.
Paul Anka and Bryan Adams versions, there are two different songs.
But the same song? Like, I mean, it's
same
not
title,
the
but two different songs.
Exactly. Okay, thank you. That's what I thought, because I remember that, Paul. That Catalina, I played it this week on the podcast, Just Gal in the City, everybody's favorite podcast, which, as you can see, comes out every Tuesday on Spotify and Apple. And you don't want to miss a single episode. Michael Jackson wrote a song about Diana in the 80s, too. Yeah, but wasn't that Dirty Diana?
Yeah.
And was it about Princess Diana?
No, but he put that at the end of there.
Come on, it's the hit. Oh, I see. I see. I knew it anyway without seeing the Dirty Diana part. So feeling pretty good about myself. Also, Pete Davidson is going into space, and like anybody cares, but he's going in with the Jeff Bezos, the Blue Origin, and he's going to space with a guy named Marty Allen. Now, most of you aren't my age or a comedian, so you wouldn't know who Marty Allen is, but I did a spit take when I saw that, because, Mike, if you could show picture number one.
The pictures you sent didn't come through.
What?
There were no pictures in that email. I'm sorry.
I sent you the zip file, didn't I?
No, there was something on I thought you just meant Nick's email.
Oh, did I forget to send the thing? Oh, well, we don't have pictures. Okay, so.
But Nick is here.
Well, then that bit's not going to work. It doesn't matter. I will also tell you that they are rethinking of doing this thing called an automat, which was from like the 1940s, like where you get sandwiches and whatever. And the weird part is I'm so old. I was at the last end of that. Like I actually went to the automat. And the only reason I know about the automat is because it was in a Bugs Bunny cartoon from the 40s. And it's where you would like put a quarter in and you get a pie or a sandwich. And they're thinking about bringing it back, which of course makes sense because it's contactless. But they talk about that all the time, and it never comes to fruition because it's stupid. And you don't know how everything long has been sitting there. But I had some pictures. Also, now we know that the cost of inflation has gone to a... How'd you get that?
I looked it up.
That's the exact picture I sent you. That's why it was wow. Yeah. So that's the one right on 42nd and 3rd. I was at the tail end when I started working in the city of these things. And that was right on 42nd Street, right around Grand Central. And it was, I remember I was so excited that there was one left. And then I was also excited when it closed. Oh, maybe, Aunt Judy, maybe that's the thing. You took me to an automat in Brooklyn. Maybe that's why I kind of knew about it too. Those things were goddamn right. You saw Steve Rossi do. Steve Rossi, used to be Marty Allen's partner. That's what I was thinking too. Right, that crazy hair, Liz. Exactly, Marty Allen. That's who I was thinking of when they said it. But it's some investment guy. Marty Allen's dead, so he died in space. Ironically, no, I'm kidding. Anyway, we know that the inflation has gotten to the peak now because Doritos announced today, and this is no joke, this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. Doritos announced that due to rising costs of production, I feel like I'm doing a Jimmy Kimmel monologue. I swear to God, I read this today, that each bag of Doritos will have 5 fewer chips. Well, I don't know how that can make a difference. I don't understand why Doritos would play the inflation card. And quite frankly, I think I'd rather pay another 5 cents a bag than have the 5 chips taken out. Fuck you, Doritos. God damn it. Those nacho cheese Doritos are still delicious. And years ago, when Doritos was first invented, the original flavor was a taco flavor. And I was able to get it a couple of places at Walmart, like recently. And it's still really good. And I can't find it anymore. They don't sell it anywhere. You got to like buy it online at like Walmart. I want to get it again. The original flavor was a taco flavor. And then nacho cheese came out and it just blew everything away. It really was good. Because, I would just say nacho cheese. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there it is. Taco flavor. That was the original flavor. It's delicious. I could eat a full bag of those. Oh, now I'm getting hungry. Ironically, having tacos for dinner tonight after this. Let's bring in Nick, because what are we keeping him waiting for? He's, I didn't have an intro for him. I forgot. I'm sorry. Hi, Mr. Griffin.
Dave, Mike, how are you?
Oh, good. Everything's working today. You sound amazing. And where are you doing this from?
My bedroom.
Oh, it is your bedroom? Oh,
my boudoir.
Sure. I missed you at the diner today. In fact, all the people were like, where's your friend? And I'm like, he's not my friend anymore. He chose a doctor's appointment over me.
I had to get the old yearly. I haven't had a yearly checkup in 10 years, so I got it done, and I got everything done, if you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean, and those are my favorite kinds of checkups.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, you should probably get that done because, I'm not going to say it. It's just, I'm sorry. I was thinking about every time I go to breakfast with Nick, he always goes to the bathroom before we leave. And I was walking out today and I'm like, why does he always go to the bathroom before we leave? He lives a block away. I was like, why would he want to use the diner restaurant?
Well, first of all, I live 10 blocks away and I come all the way to see you because we have stimulating conversation like my dinner with Andre. And
the exact opposite.
And I have to go to the bathroom a lot. What am I going to tell you?
Oh, no, I know that. I just I feel like, that's why I was saying it's funnier to say you live a block away. So I just, that restroom doesn't work. I always have to go to the bathroom when I leave there. And I usually like to take a walk, and it would be a kinder walk if I went to the bathroom, but I hold it in because I don't want to go to that bathroom there. I don't like it there.
Somebody said we were having an old man conversation.
Yeah, we
Somebody
are
in
having
the
old man
chat.
conversations. She's
I
right.
know. And by the way, I totally remember taco flavor Doritos. I think it went normal, taco flavor, and then nacho cheese, right? It's got to be
I think the taco was the original flavor.
I think you're right. Oh, really? They didn't have a norm. Okay.
Because what would the normal be then? What? Just a chip with no flavor?
They were called original.
Well, they're called original, but the original I think was taco flavored.
Oh,
they have
you're
to
saying
call it taco flavored now because there's
yeah.
all these different flavors. What?
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Liz, Nick does not have a cold. That is the way he sounds all the time, which is why he needs to go to a doctor more than 10 times a year, or more than ever 10 years. I did that with my dentist. I hadn't gone in 20 years because I hated my dentist growing up, and boy, was that bad. I had 10 cavities and a root canal.
Is that true? Are you exaggerating?
No, I'm not. It was horrible, and
you can't get 10 cavities filled in one day, can you?
No, it took a while. And now I found a dentist I really like. He's very attractive. He's a very good dentist, and but he's also very attractive. And as you know, I've been asking out the hygienist for a while. But I go every 4 months now, and I haven't had a cavity since. So I've been really taking better care of my teeth.
Oh, that's good.
Very important stuff. Still with the old man conversations. So toasted corn was the first flavor, but I think, Liz, that was the taco flavor.
No, I just read about it on it's only salt.
So it was just a regular chip.
Yeah, they were just corn chips. They're tortilla chips.
I seem to remember maybe the toasted corn tasted a little like the taco flavor. Then why don't they just put the taco flavor out? What's the holdup? It's delicious.
I once had some chips with Mike Suarez in San Antonio. We shared a chips and salsa at the Mexican restaurant he was so nice to take me to.
Oh yeah, we got the queso flamigado.
Yeah.
How dare you speak Spanish with that accent, Mr. Suarez? Anonymous says people live in New York City have statistically the lowest number of cavities in America because we have so much chloride in the tap water.
Wow,
that's interesting. Yeah, I know our tap water is supposed to be pretty good. The fluoride, I think is what it is, right? Anonymous, not chloride. Isn't that in swimming pools? That's chlorine.
That's chlorine, but I don't know what chloride is.
Well, listen, we have a lot to get to today, and I don't know, Nick, are you performing this evening?
I am not. I'm off tonight. I am just going to do a little writing and probably get some cavities filled.
It's probably best. I've seen your act. All right, now nothing. It's what you're supposed to say if you're.
Wait, real quickly, can I ask you a question?
Of course.
Did you performed this weekend?
I did. I opened for a Tell in Long Island. David.
How was it?
It was great. It's a strange room. It's in Long Island. It's in Long Beach, Long Island. It's just a restaurant, and that guy Ryan Reese runs it. And
was it packed?
Yes, and I think it was expensive too for just a restaurant, but it was completely packed and sold out cool. Because everybody loves a Tell. The funny thing is, this guy always gets really good people at this lazy town, beach place. At this place, and then me and Tell we went to go see his mother. It was really cute.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was like late. He had to drop some stuff off. I haven't seen his mother in so many years. So
it must have felt good to perform, though.
It did. It was fun. Well, I've been doing it more lately. I'm going to be.
I noticed that
with Marina at the Fat Black on March 30th, and then on April 14th, I'm performing at a different club. Sometimes I never know whether I should mention on the Comedy Cellar show. It's called Gotham. We're doing a big show. I'll tell you more about it as it comes up. But yeah, I mean, I guess I'm getting more stuff. And I also worked for Rachel last 2 weekends ago, Bananas. I think we saw each other after that. No?
Yeah, we've talked.
Yeah. Trying to, do some more work.
Sure.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? All right. I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to do this Final Four picking today. Now, I'm hoping this is not going to be totally boring. So maybe we'll split it up. When I was going through it, I'm like, well, it's a little long. We're not going to fill out the whole bracket. So if you don't know about the way March Madness works in the college basketball, people are obsessed with these brackets. Usually, if you have a normal president of the United States, he usually fills one out too. Obama used to fill one out. Trump didn't care for some reason. Biden might fill one out. They usually fill it out on a video, and it's exciting. And you fill out these things, and you try and fill out and figure out, predict who's going to win the national championship. And you come down these levels like here, and you get points for each one. Do I have it on my? Yes. So, although we go through these, there's 4 different divisions: the West, the East, the South, and the Midwest. And I tried to use logos so they'd look a little bit more prettier. And I guess we'll just kind of breeze through. And if the chat room wants, if you can see what's playing here, you might want to just start writing in your stuff, because I'm going to try and go, because none of us know any of the schools. I mean, I know because I have a gambling issue, but most of the people don't know what's happening. You can just look at their records and their seeds, and you'd have to just kind of guess. So don't worry if you don't know anything. No one else does either. And even if the people that do know stuff, they'll tell you they know stuff, and they don't know stuff. Right, Nick?
Yes.
Yeah, there's always lots of upsets. So I'll just start it off. You have the number 1 overall seed, Gonzaga. They play in California. I think they play in California, right? It's California, Gonzaga, right?
It's Portland. Gonzaga. No, Gonzaga's in Washington.
Oh, Washington. That's what somebody said the other day. I just knew it was on the West Coast. I always thought they were in California. I don't know why. Right. They're in the state of Washington. And they're playing Georgia State. They're the number 1 overall seed. I have no problem in picking them. And then you have the 8 and the 9 matchup, which you never know what to do. But I'm going to award more points if you get if everybody gets the 8 and 9s correct, if you go 4-0. And the way you get more points is you have to pick upsets. So, but this isn't an upset, but I'm going to pick Memphis on this one, on the 9 seed. And I'm just going to go down really quick. And then it's UConn, Aunt Judy's favorite team, against New Mexico State. I'm going to pick UConn. And then Arkansas against Vermont. I'm going to take an upset here, the 13 seed with Vermont, because they are killing it, even though Arkansas is really good and they may have a chance to go to the Final Four. I'm going to take a chance on an upset. Then you have Alabama against something that's happening tomorrow. There's a play in Rutgers and Notre Dame. I'm going to pick Rutgers. To go all the way.
Because you're a Jersey boy, right?
That's right. It's a vanity pick. Then you have Texas Tech against Montana State. I guess Texas. I'm just going to pick the 3 seed there. I think I have this right. Hopefully I got this working right. Michigan State against Davidson. I actually like Davidson, even though they're the 10 seed. That'll get me a lot of points. And I'm definitely picking Duke, which is the number 2 seed, against CS Fullerton. And then you pick, and we're going to go so there should be 16 left by next week. Gonzaga playing Memphis. I'm going to pick Gonzaga. UConn playing Vermont. That's a tough one. I'm going to try that's crazy. Vermont's not going to win. I should probably pick UConn, but I can't do it. I don't know. Do I pick Rutgers? Oh, that's so crazy. This is stupid. I'm not going to get any points. But Duke, I'm definitely picking Duke. And those are 4 to go into the West. Mike, are you ready for this? It's I don't know.
Sure.
Are we doing the right thing, or is everybody kind of out of it now? I'm just kind of trying to breeze through, I guess. I thought it would be more exciting, but then I realized when we're doing this show, we have much more fun. We don't have to do this anymore, but
let's check it out. Let's go with this. I mean, I think Gonzaga. That's who I pick.
And then between Boise State and Memphis,
I'm going to say Boise, just to be different.
Smart. UConn, New Mexico State.
UConn.
And Arkansas, Vermont.
Arkansas.
Yeah, that's the smart pick. Alabama or Rutgers, Notre Dame.
I'm going to say Alabama because they've been through a lot.
Yeah, see, the thing, those people are playing it on Wednesday, Rutgers or Notre Dame. So you might even, if I pick Rutgers, that could be completely over by tomorrow. These games start Thursday at 12:30 in the afternoon. And every time I've ever filled out a bracket, by 12:35, my Final Four is already defunct. Texas Tech, Montana State, Mike.
I'm going to say Montana. Texas Tech's going to be too drunk to play.
Right. You have inside information. Michigan State and Davidson.
I'm going to go with Michigan State because I have no idea where Davidson is.
I don't know where it is either. The Trojans of Michigan. No, the Spartans.
Yeah.
Duke and Cal State Fullerton. I think that's what it is.
I'm going to go with Duke.
Going to go with Duke. All right, Nick. Oh, no. Let's finish Mike's thing. Gonzaga, Boise State.
Gonzaga.
Right. It's very rare, folks, if you are paying attention, that a 16 seed upsets a 1. It's happened once, I think, to Virginia, and they were devastated, so much so that they won it all the year after because they were very angry. So now you got UConn playing Arkansas.
UConn.
And then Alabama playing Montana State.
What day of the week is that going to be?
What?
So what day of the week is that going to be?
Oh, sorry. I don't know. I already picked Alabama for you.
That's fine.
Oh, sorry. I could change it.
No, I'll just go with that. That's a good way to pick.
Then it's Montana State and wait, did I do this wrong? Oh, we said that. Michigan State and Duke.
Duke.
All right. There's Mike's Sweet 16 kind of selection. All right, Nick, are you ready?
I'm very ready.
Yeah, Liz, that's how you have to go. You have to go with the mascots. That's what I'm pretty much doing. All right, Nick, I assume you're picking Gonzaga.
I'm taking Gonzaga. Yes, I can motor through these if you want.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for Boise State.
Yeah, that's a smart move.
I shouldn't do this. I'm going to go New Mexico State.
I think that's a good quality bet and a good upset.
I don't know anything about them. I'm going to go Arkansas.
That's the smart bet.
Arkansas, Alabama, Rutgers. I'm going to go Rutgers because, I want you to be happy.
Sweet. Thank you. Oh, boy, that would be really exciting if that works out. Texas Tech, Montana State.
God, I'm going to pull an upset and go Montana State.
And then Michigan State, Davidson.
Michigan State coach has a giant head, so I'm going to pick Davidson.
And then Duke, Fullerton.
Yeah, I couldn't pick Fullerton. I'm going to go Duke.
Yeah. All right, so you got Gonzaga and Boise State.
Gonzaga and Boise State. You ready for this? Gonzaga.
Yeah. Oh, you fooled me. Texas, New Mexico State, and Arkansas.
I'm going to go for – I think Arkansas is going to be a little goofy this year. I'm going to go Arkansas.
Oh, I like it.
They're going to make something happen.
Rutgers and Montana State.
Rutgers is going to make a run.
Oh, I really hope so. That would be amazing.
That'd be fun, right?
Davidson and Duke.
Davidson and Duke. Well, I hate to say it, but I'm going to pick Davidson. I don't know.
Oh, that's a major upset. That's exciting.
I know.
All right, good. Well, I don't know, Mike. Should we even bother with the chat room? I don't think they care.
Come on.
But do they care?
Well,
wasn't it picked?
That's the best part of it.
Well, I know, but I feel like nobody knows what we're doing. So
I like the way Elizabeth picked them. So
and quite frankly, yeah, I like. Okay, so let's go with Liz's picks. What did she pick, Mike? I can't see.
So Tiger.
Wait, well, the Tiger. So that'd be Georgia State.
Then the horse.
Well, should I give her Georgia State because but the 16 isn't going to win?
Hey,
that's what they picked.
Yeah, but I want them to win.
Don't crush their buds.
All right, and then the horse. That's a Bronco. And then what you pick?
The dog, which is the wolf.
That's right. Oh, that's what is that? What do they call themselves? The Huskies.
Yeah.
Then what? The pig.
The pig, yes. Yeah, that's Razorback.
Yeah, everybody's going with Liz's picks. This is hilarious. What's next?
It says Pussycat.
No, the A.
The A. She picked Alabama. Sorry,
Alabama. Smart. This is hilarious. And then the Pussycat. That's Montana State. Then what?
And then the Fs. Or the soldier and the Fs.
See, this is
the soldier. Culture. Right.
Oh, wait. You can't pick the soldier and the Pussycat.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, you can? Okay, yeah.
I think, yeah. No, she's got it right.
Okay,
cool. It's the soldier and then Fullerton. And then we need Wait, did I fuck it up?
No, I think you're good.
You're good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, okay. So now we have to choose between the Bronco and the cat, or the tiger. Should I pick for everybody?
Sure.
Let's just say the Bronco because you already lost because Gonzaga's going to win that anyway.
Yeah.
What did I say something wrong? Dave language. The dog or the pig? What does everybody think?
Dog or pig, everybody?
Dog or pig?
I feel like I'm reading a children's book.
It's kind of fun this way. I hear dog.
Dog.
Marcy
Says dog.
Says dog. And then the letter A or the pussycat. I think we all know we're going with the pussycat here, right?
Yeah.
And then the soldier or the letter F.
Gotta get
That is awesome. The soldier or the letter F. I'll say people are probably going to take the soldier. When you say that?
Yeah.
Catalina says there's a Cat Stevens song that I love. This all what we're doing sounds like a Cat Stevens song. All right, good. Next bracket.
Oh my god, this is long.
Well, yeah, there's 4 brackets. This is the South.
4 brackets.
I can tell everybody where everybody's from too. I mean, I'm just saying. So I'm going to start on this side with me. Arizona. Arizona's chosen to win it all. Maybe. I don't care about that playing game. Seton Hall and TCU. That's a really tough one. Seton Hall's right here in New Jersey. Catalina might want to know. Little piece of trivia. Seton Hall is the one that wanted Billy Joel to stop playing Only the Good Die Young. So you know what? Because Only the Good Die Young and Billy Joel A to Z came out today, let's pick TCU, which ironically also stands for Texas Christian. So now you know what? They probably would have done the same thing if they were around. So now I'm not sure what's the lesser of 2 goddamn evils. But Seton Hall is noted in Wikipedia for being dicks. So I'll go with TCU. I'm going to go with... damn it, I'm going to go with UAB. I don't know why. No reason. Illinois and Chattanooga. I'm going to go with Chattanooga. I'm going all
nice
upsets.
Call.
Yeah. Colorado State and Michigan. I hate Michigan, so I'm going with Colorado State. Tennessee and Longwood. Definitely I'm going Tennessee. Yes, because that's the Volunteers, because they're supposed to be very, very good. I'll go with, the Ohio State Loyola. Everybody says Loyola could do some damage, but I'll go with the favorite. I'll go with Ohio State, even though I hate the Buckeyes. And then Villanova and Delaware. I love they're called the Delaware Blue Hens, and I love them, but I'm going to go with Villanova. And I have my reasons. Okay, so out of this, I'm going to pick Arizona. Out of TCU, UAB and Chattanooga. I'm going to go Chattanooga. With Colorado State and Tennessee, I'm going to go Tennessee. And Ohio State, Villanova, I'm going to go Nova. That's what they call it. Mike, you're up.
All right, I'm going to go with Arizona.
Yeah.
And then the TCU Horned Toads, or whatever they're called.
The Horned Frogs.
Horned Frogs.
Where is
that place? Yeah, where's TCU, Mike? It's in Texas.
I think it's outside Houston.
Outside Houston, interesting. And that brings us to our next one: Houston and UAB. That's the University of Alabama, Birmingham.
What's their mascot?
It's a dragon, but they're called crap. I can't remember.
That was an angry apostrophe. So.
Yeah, I can't
I'll
remember.
go with
They're called the Blazers. They're called the Blazers.
Gotcha. I'll go with the
UAB?
Yes.
Illinois, Chattanooga.
Chattanooga.
Colorado State, Michigan.
I think Michigan's gonna win. I don't like them either.
Yeah, right. Tennessee, Longwood.
Longwood.
A major upset. That's a 14 over a 3. Ohio State, Loyola.
Ohio State.
Don't you hate them? Don't you hate Perry?
I'm tired of them.
And then Villanova, Delaware.
Delaware, because I want to see people say Blue Hen a lot.
I know, right? I love Delaware. And so you got UConn against TCU.
UConn.
And
Not UConn. What am I saying? Arizona. What am I saying?
Oh, Arizona. Sorry.
Yeah, I knew what we meant.
Right. Then the Blazers against Chattanooga.
Oof. Chattanooga.
It's the right move. Michigan against Longwood.
It's gonna be Michigan.
Yes, at that point, you might as well go all the way. Maybe you're like, yeah, Longwood's playing really well. Ohio State over the Blue Hens.
Ohio State.
All right. Yeah, so Catalina said, what do you say? What did she say about the Catholic school? About Billy Joel? No, the one before it.
Oh, was that about
Only the Good Die Young? Yeah.
All my years in Catholic school.
Can you read it to me? I can't see.
All my years in Catholic school wasted after hearing Billy say the sinners are much more fun.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I tried to tell you about that, Catalina, but what are you going to do? You're in it to win it at this point. I think she goes to a Catholic college now.
It's incredible.
Really dynamite college. Dynamite ham. That's Grammy Hall, the classic Jew hater. You ever see that? There's a picture of behind the scenes of that movie where everybody's laughing at something Grammy Hall says. It always makes. I love it. I don't know why. Like Woody Allen's even laughing. Like, God, Grammy Hall was hilarious. There was something I wanted to say about, but I can't remember. Anyway, Nick, Arizona, I assume.
Arizona.
Seton Hall, TCU.
TCU.
Nice. Houston, UAB.
I'm gonna go UAB.
Oh, everybody's going UAB. Illinois, Chattanooga.
I'll go Illinois.
Colorado State, Michigan.
Colorado State.
Tennessee, Longwood.
Tennessee's playing good. I know that. I just see the headlines.
Right. Ohio
Loyola,
State.
Chicago, going Loyola. My nieces went there.
Oh, perfect. That's exactly the right thing to do.
And I like Villanova.
Yes. They are in Philadelphia, everybody. Okay. So between Arizona and TCU?
I'm going to go Arizona.
Right. UAB against Illinois?
UAB.
Oh. That's Colorado State against Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Right. And then
And
Loyola
Villanova.
against Villanova. Okay. All right, chat room. Liz, did you give us any mascot picks? Oh, I see Seton Hall's missing. Oh, well, I probably have it somewhere. Maybe I just didn't put it in here. I must have it somewhere. All right, so we don't know what anybody's picking over there. I guess.
I think she's getting it ready.
Yeah, you can get it ready. I just.
Mike, you just did Houston, right? Didn't you just do Houston?
Oh yeah, I was just in Houston, the Improv with Big J.
How was it?
Oh, it was great.
Yeah,
it's a great club.
How many shows?
No, Gabriel. I do not bet on the CFL. One would think I would, but I don't. I don't know too much about it. Aunt Judy just keeps saying the 76ers, but they're not in this.
We did 5 shows.
Oh, cool.
You did 5 shows? That was
Yeah.
for Giannis?
Oh no, that was with Big J.
Liz, no, that's not true. You haven't done enough, damn it. Oh, here we go. Anonymous put down all the picks. Okay, we'll take his or hers. I still don't know if Anonymous is a boy or a girl.
There it is at the bottom.
Yeah. All right, so we got Arizona, Seton Hall. Oh, I did have Seton Hall. The Pirates, right. Houston, Illinois, Michigan, Tennessee. These are good picks. Ohio State.
Oh, it's going with the favorites.
Oh, you're a girl. I'm sorry, Anonymous. I really wasn't. I had no idea, obviously, because you're Anonymous. An Uptown Girl. I like that. And then I'm just going to pick Arizona. Well, we'll assume you're going to take Arizona because I don't know who would take Seton Hall. Houston and Illinois. What do you think? The 4 seed against the 5 seed. That's a tough one. Let's go. I'll say you guys are picking. I can't decide. We'll say Houston because Mike played there.
You said Houston. Yeah, they said Houston.
Michigan, Tennessee. We're definitely going to be Tennessee, right? We're all in agreement on that.
Mhm.
And Ohio State, Villanova. See, that's a tough one. Should we have the chat room just picking Nova?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Because we all hate Ohio State. So, well, we did it. Should we move on or take a break? What do
No,
you think?
keep going.
Okay, let's keep going. Let's end this because we have the pictures we could show, and that's fun too. All right, we'll keep it going. Keep it going. You're not in any rush, right, Mike, Nick?
No, I'm fine.
No.
Good. No, Kelly, we don't hate Ohio. We just hate Ohio State. We hate their college. We hate the fact that every time when a NFL player goes, the Ohio State University, we hate them. And being a Rutgers fan, we also hate Ohio State because they're in the Big Ten. Yeah, I hate LA too. Okay, so this is the East round. They're going to end up in Philadelphia. As you can also see, I didn't say it on the sides. You can see where they're going to be playing these games. Sometimes that can help because they might be closer to home than you think. I forgot to mention that too. So there's no way I would not be picking Baylor. The Baylor Bears, and of course, because they're Bears. North Carolina Marquette. That's tough. North Carolina is always great, but they're only 8 seed Marquette. Yeah, it's hard to pick against North Carolina in a March Madness bracket, right? I'm gonna go Marquette. Oh, I picked the wrong one. I'm gonna go Marquette here, but that's okay because I was picking St. Mary's anyway against Wyoming, Indiana. St. Mary's is amazing. They beat Gonzaga this year. UCLA, Akron. The Zips are pretty good.
I love that they're the Zips.
Yeah. If
You have to pick UCLA because you said you hated Ohio.
I hate California too. I'm going to pick UCLA. Texas, Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech just did an upset. It would just be Duke, right? I think in the AAC or whatever they're called. I think. Damn, I'm gonna pick Virginia Tech. Oh, that's too many upsets. Or maybe Yale, Purdue. I have no problem picking against Yale, even though sometimes the Ivy Leagues can. I like San Francisco here, and as you can see, they're called the San Francisco Dons. I put a little picture of Don Corleone.
Very nice.
Kentucky against St. Peter's. St. Peter's has the highest score in the country, and he's crazy, and his last name is Kiss. That's a tough Kentucky. Oh, you know what? I'm going to go with the highest scorer in the country. That's a major upset if that happens. That doesn't happen very often, a 15 against a 2. No, Liz, don't worry. Nick is always like that. She says she's worried you can't.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Liz. I have a horrible breathing problems, and
have you ever thought about getting a nose job? Would it help? You actually,
believe it or not, I have worse problems in my nose. So, no,
I might actually have a deviated septum or something.
I do have a deviated septum, but it's not very accurate. When you get it done, it doesn't always work. So, and it's expensive.
Well, yes, I've had it done. I know. Okay, I'm going to pick Baylor. I have no problems with that. I am totally going to pick St. Mary's. Oh my God, I messed it up. I did something wrong with St. Mary's. I didn't have that. I didn't go through these like I usually do because there were too many. So I'll remember.
You did something wrong.
Yeah, what are you going to do? It's just the second one. So, right, I picked St. Mary's, and then between Virginia, I'm going to pick Purdue, and I'm going to take San Francisco. Okay, right, and St. Mary's. So that's the 4. Mike, Baylor against Norfolk. I'm going to assume you're picking Baylor.
Yeah.
We're not doing a 16 upset. North Carolina, Marquette. Tough one.
North Carolina.
St. Mary's or Wyoming or Indiana?
Oh, St. Mary's.
Yeah. Well, oops. I don't. I'll remember. I'll remember because it'll be blank. Sorry about that, everybody.
Okay, no problem.
UCLA and Akron.
I just like saying Zips.
I know, I do too, and it's a kangaroo mascot.
Too. You're totally right.
I do too, and there's no reason they can't win. They were pretty good this year. Texas and Virginia Tech.
Texas.
Staying true to your school. Right. Nose job because of a deviated septum, Liz. Exactly.
How
No,
dare
I had a
she?
nose job
She's
because
on
I'm
to
Jewish
me.
and my nose was big. She's talking about me.
Oh,
Where are we? Virginia Tech. No, Purdue and Yale.
Purdue.
Yeah, Princeton should have beat Yale, and they should have been. That would have been a better pick. I don't think Yale's very good. What Murray State and San Francisco Dons.
What's Murray State's
They call
mascot?
themselves the Racers. I think it's a bird.
Oh, I'll just go with the Dons. It's more fun to look at.
Right? It's more fun. And it's a 10-7. There's no reason they can't do it. Kentucky or St. Peter's?
Kentucky.
I think St. Peter's is called a Gamecock, which is weird because how can there be two schools within it? Murray State, right? Yeah, I'd see Liz. She was talking about me. I know. So, Mike, the Baylor against North Carolina.
Baylor.
Yeah. They won it all last year, right?
I think so. But they did pretty well.
Then you got St. Mary's. No, wait, we did this. You have St. Mary's. Right. It's St. Mary's against Akron.
We'll go with Akron.
Oh, that's a very bold.
That's the one that works. That's the button that works.
Oh, still though, that's Texas against Purdue.
Texas.
And Don Corleone against the Kentucky Wildcats.
Kentucky.
Marcy will be happy about that. Liz says, "Come to Montreal. I work in surgery. I know a guy." I like that when you say you know a guy.
I
like
work in
Seinfeld's
Montreal,
dad.
but I don't have.
Is it hot? You are when you're working in Montreal.
No, I'm not. I usually do, but my passport's not in order. So,
loser.
I know that was a waste of time.
I never travel anywhere, and yet I was able to get my passport, make sure it did not expire during the pandemic. How about that?
I'm on the same page as you, Nick.
Because I've heard that is hard to fix once you let it expire, which I assume you're going through now. Is that the problem?
Yes, it is the problem. So don't rub it in.
I'm rubbing it in completely. Okay. Nick, Baylor, Norfolk State.
Baylor.
Yeah.
Marquette.
Good.
St. Mary's.
Oh, it worked there. Damn it. That's hilarious. Why did it work there but nowhere else? Okay, well, all right. Now we know. What do we got? UCLA against Akron?
Oh, God. I'm going to take UCLA even though I don't like them.
Yeah, me too. Texas, Virginia Tech?
I'm going to take Texas because Mikey's from there.
That's right. Nice thing to do. Catalina, how can you not have a passport? I thought you were going to come visit. Purdue, Yale. What are you thinking of going Ivy League?
Purdue.
Oh, I was going to be very impressed right there. Murray State, San Francisco.
I'm going to go the Dons.
It's the right thing to do. And Kentucky, St. Peter's.
Yeah, I'd love to pick an upset, but I'm going to go Kentucky here.
It's the right thing to do.
I'm playing there in 2 weeks, so I got to cover my
right.
face.
I was going to tell Marcy about that. Where in Kentucky?
Louisville and Lexington.
Oh, perfect. Marcy, you got to go see Nick. He's the best. The best, Jerry. The best. Nick, between Baylor and Marquette, what do you like?
Baylor, I guess. I can't put a big upset.
Right. St. Mary's or UCLA?
St. Mary's.
Yeah, that one's not working, but we know. Texas and Purdue.
Purdue.
That's not a bad pick. I mean, that's 3 against 6. So, the Dons against the Wildcats. No, that's not. Yes, it is.
I'm going to go with the Dons.
Really?
I know.
No, San Francisco is playing very good. They're playing very, very good. I like it. Right. We have 4. Okay. Chat room. We need your picks. We'll wait it out. And there's just one more to go. We can get off. Drive me off this picture. That's from Blazing Saddles.
When was the last time you played the Golden Tee?
Saturday. I'm at home on Saturdays a lot, so Catalina says, I'm working and saving so I can travel there. Right, because she just started school again. She's been sending me really cool pictures from her school, like that, how it is. I don't know anything what it looks like in Chile. And it looks like a
Chile?
fun.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
cool.
it looks like a cool school. Yeah, right. I don't know. We're American, Catalina. We don't know anything except ourselves.
Right.
Here we go. Thank you, Anonymous. Norfolk, you're picking an upset? A 16 over a 1? Ooh. All right. Norfolk State,
Look
North
at that.
Carolina. What?
Look at that.
Yeah, wait. Oh, now I can't see it. Mike, can you tell me what you pick up North Carolina?
North Carolina, Wyoming.
Wyoming. Oh, yeah. Where's that one? This one? Yes. The what are they called? The Cowboys, I think. What's the next one?
UCLA.
UCLA. Next.
Texas.
Yep.
Yale.
Yale. That's an upset.
San Francisco.
All right.
And Kentucky.
Yeah, well, we're picking Kentucky for Marcy, so I'm going to pick Kentucky right here.
Yeah.
And the Globetrotters will beat the Generals this year. They're so due. Well, all right. I'm going to pick North Carolina because I don't, whatever. And we'll pick UCLA here for you guys and Texas. That makes more sense to everybody. All right, the last one. Let's finish off the Midwest. It's going to finish off Chicago. They're playing in Fort Worth, Texas. Is that near you where you are, Mike? Are you going to go to any of these games?
No.
It's
that's like 5 hours away.
I've been there before. It's really fun. Yeah. They're in Buffalo, Milwaukee, and Greenville. Let's start it off. I'll start it off. There's no way I'm picking a 16 to defeat a 1. So I'm all in on Kansas for the first one. And I am all in on Creighton, which I believe is right here. I think they're called the Blue Jays. And you see what I put in Iowa? They're named the Hawkeyes, so I put a picture of Alan Alda. But
it's great.
And Iowa's great, but I love the Richmond Spiders. I like them a lot. I've been betting on them, and they ended up winning. And I don't know where the fuck they're. Well, I guess they're from Richmond, but they're called the Spiders. They're hilarious. Also, because I'm just going mascots. Providence always ends up winning at the end, but the South Dakota State is hilarious. They're called the Jackrabbits, and I don't even think they lost a game. They didn't lose at home, and they didn't lose in their division. They're 30-0 in their division. I don't know where they got those 4 losses. The Jackrabbits. That's exciting. LSU and Iowa State. I tell you, I'm going to pick Iowa. I've already picked too many upsets. I'm going to. Damn it. I like Iowa State, but I'm going to pick LSU because I already picked too many upsets. I hate Wisconsin. I'm picking another upset here. I just hate Wisconsin. I'm going to pick Colgate in a major upset. USC, Miami. Oh, I'm going to pick USC and totally Auburn. I got no problems with that. I am going to, this is a tough one. I could see Creighton beating Kansas. I'm going to take a chance here. I'm going to pick Creighton. And then the Spiders against South Dakota State. I'm going to go with my boys, the Spiders. LSU and Colgate. Ugh. I'll pick Colgate. Oh, my God. This is the worst bracket ever. And then I'm going to definitely go with Auburn. So I am all set. Mike V. Suarez.
Kansas.
Yep.
San Diego.
San Diego State is right here. Got it.
Iowa.
Hawkeye.
Yeah. Providence.
Providence. That's the right. You're picking all the right ones.
LSU.
Right.
I think Wisconsin.
Yeah. No, that's the proper bet. The Badgers.
And,
USC or Miami.
Miami.
I had a feeling you were going to pick Miami. I don't know why. And then
Auburn.
Auburn. Yeah, they're good. What do you? Kansas and San Diego State.
Kansas.
Iowa and Providence.
Iowa.
Yeah, Iowa's really good. I would have picked that too if they weren't playing the Spiders. LSU and Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Damn it. I only hate Wisconsin because of the guy at my office that used to love Wisconsin. I hate him, so always rooting against them. Sarah Silverman's manager went to Wisconsin too, so sometimes I root for them because I like her, but I don't like him. Miami against Auburn.
Let's just say Miami.
All right, Nick, your thoughts?
I'm going to go Kansas.
Yep,
Creighton.
I think that's the correct move.
I'm going to pick an upset here with Richmond.
Good, the Spiders.
Providence.
Right.
LSU lost their coach, so I think they're going to rally around that. And I'm going to say LSU.
I didn't know they lost their coach.
Well, he got kicked out of the off the team because he's the program is under a bunch of violations.
Oh, that's LSU? I heard about that. I didn't know which school it was.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh boy. Now I wish
That's why I
picked
picked
Iowa State. I'll remember that when I'm actually betting on it.
My nieces went to Wisconsin. I'm going to go Wisconsin.
Your nieces did?
Yes.
That's nice. That's where they did film the movie Back to School there. So.
Oh, that's great. That's
Hey, you're all right. Hey, call me when you have no class.
I'm going to go USC here.
You're going to go USC. I think that's the smart move. And I assume
and
Auburn.
I will go with, obviously, Auburn.
Yes. All right, so Kansas and Creighton?
Yeah, I'm going to go, believe it or not, I'm going to go Creighton here.
No, I believe I did the same thing.
The Kansas coach has a toupee.
He does?
I think it works against him.
Okay, Spiders, Providence.
Spiders and Providence. I'm going to go Spiders.
Oh, good, because I picked it. I said Spiders. LSU and Wisconsin. We're going to go Wisconsin?
Yes.
After what you just said, how could you not? And then USC and Auburn.
USC. I like the coach. Andy Enfield.
Interesting. All right. Chat room, get it ready. Whether it's anonymous or Liz or anybody, make the picks of the mascots. We got a bird. So we got two birds, a spider, Hawkeye Pierce, a friar, a jackrabbit, a tiger, a cyclone. What is a badger? A badger is a badger, right?
Yeah.
Badgers, yeah. A badger, yeah.
The Colgate Raiders, right? Another a soldier guy. And a tiger, and I don't know what maybe Jacksonville State was a gamecock. I don't know why you'd want to be a gamecock. I don't know. I can't believe it still exists. Yeah, this is the last one, right? So we can wait. Oh, here we go. Thank you, Anonymous. All right. Kansas, San Diego State, Iowa, Hawkeye Pierce, Providence, LSU.
No, not Hawkeye Pierce.
Colgate. Yeah, Hawkeye Pierce.
No.
She said Iowa.
He's from
yeah, but he's from Maine. But
he's from Maine.
They're called the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Raiders from Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. What was the rest, Mike? I missed it then. Between USC and Miami.
Jacksonville.
No. The one above.
Oh, Colgate.
No, after that.
It says 2017. Then it says Jacksonville.
Oh, so she missed one. Okay. So we'll just pick. We'll pick for you. Let's say.
Oh, pick Miami. I'm sorry.
Damn it!
I thought you said you saw Miami. I didn't understand the question. Sorry about that.
I'll pick Miami. I'll remember. So let's see. I'll have everybody pick Kansas because we'll pick Hawkeye Pierce for everybody. And between LSU and Colgate, let's take Colgate because as Nick told us, LSU sucks and they're a mess. And then we'll pick Miami because if you're going to pick that major upset, I don't see them doing it twice. All right, we're done. We did it. It's just like that David Copperfield thing I always talk about when he made the Statue of Liberty disappear. He goes, "We did it, everybody. We did it. You can take your masks off. We did it." The fuck is that guy talking about? We did it. What'd they do? What that audience do? If I wasn't here and I hadn't seen it myself, I never would have believed it. He made the Statue of Liberty disappear. And you do all know, at least if you listen to my podcast, that I met David Copperfield when I was 13. No, much younger. Sorry.
Wow,
Eight. He was 13. He was my camp counselor, and we went to he was performing at a birthday party of the girl across the street from my house. And when I saw him there, I'm like, "What are you doing here?" He goes, "I'm going to do some magic." This is David Copperfield, if you remember him. I mean, I know Nick and Mike too, but he was a legendary musician, and he's still alive. And so he said, "I'm going to do magic." I'm like, "You do magic?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'm trying to get good at it." So he was performing at this girl's, like 8-year birthday party. And the reason I remember it so well is because everybody went upstairs for ice cream, and I didn't like ice cream at the time. And he asked me what I thought of the show. And never had like an adult asked, what I thought of something, So I guess that's why I always remember. And I'm like, I don't know if I'd end with the balloon animals. I'd go bigger.
No.
I swear to God. So I feel responsible for him. Like, bigger, you say?
That's funny.
Yeah. So then that was a Friday night. The Monday on the bus to camp, he told everybody, he goes, "Yeah, I saw David Friday night at a party." And then all my bunkmates were like, "Wait, you hung out with the counselor over the weekend?" I'm like, "Well, we were at the same party. I mean, it's no big deal. It's not that big a deal." Meanwhile, he did show me a magic trick, which is spectacular. I could probably show it to you someday. I just need a rubber band. I don't have one with me. I'll show it to you next week. It's a really good trip. Okay. Why don't we go to the Nick? Rather, if you can stay, let's go to the slides they picked out today. I think they'll be amusing. I'd like to think. Now we can just do our regular comments. I am sharing the screen. Everybody excited? Yeah, I know, Angela. I didn't like ice cream then. I do like it now, but I didn't for a very long time. I don't know why. It's too cold. I didn't like soda either. The bubbles hurt my tongue. Now I like both. In fact, now I like ice cream in my soda. In fact, my favorite dessert is a root beer float.
Nice.
Which
Solid.
Unbelievable at this place in Staten Island called Cucina Fresca. And they always have a different thing on the menu. It's amazing. It's my friend's restaurant. Oh my God. He made this root beer float for me once. It was a special on the menu with chocolate syrup on the top of it. It was the best thing I ever had in my life. My mouth is watering right now. So I'm just looking at this picture because I thought that was Jason Bateman at first, but it's
That's got a little Jason Bateman in it.
It's the very handsome Prime Minister of Canada. Look how happy he looks. Look how happy she's like, "Ooh, a young man."
Well,
yeah, right, Liz, right.
like
That's
Mrs.
your
Howell.
Liz, you say you remember when his father was Prime Minister? I didn't know that. I thought his father wrote the Doonesbury cartoons.
No.
Did you hear Nick's growl on the ground on that one? Growl. That was good. This is where the Queen should be going. This is what I'm hoping for my mother. She's not in a wheelchair now, but I'm hoping a robot can take her wherever she needs to go. This was in an exhibition in Tokyo where they're trying to get, I've been waiting for a robot butler for a long time, and I wanted to speak in an English accent. "Sir, would you like me to put on Notting Hill again for you while you're eating dinner?" "Yes, I would."
Perhaps you'd like me to wash your dick for you.
You little shit. So this was a meeting where the vice president went to Poland in Warsaw with the Polish president, and they were talking about, using the fighter jets in Poland, and they turned it down. And I thought perhaps there was a hard of hearing because they're all wearing masks. So maybe they just didn't understand each other. I don't know how you can have a meeting sitting there wearing masks all the time. I feel like at a meeting like that, you can take off your masks and look at whatever they're giving for. Just looks like Polish water. It looks like something right out of The Simpsons for some reason. I don't know why. Would you like some? Would you like some? And I'm like, no, I'm good. Thank you very much. Aunt Judy just says that Kamala Harris's husband just got COVID. Wow. And Obama just got COVID. Comedian Sam Morril just got COVID.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, and Louis Katz just got COVID because I was supposed to work with him on Sunday. He got COVID, and that guy is the most paranoid about getting COVID.
Wow.
I don't know what's happening. I thought we were done. At least, even though all these people we know are getting COVID, at least they're not going to put back on the masks, at least for now, because I think we need to be done. And if you catch COVID, you catch COVID. Just get boosted. This is a horrible picture of somebody you get. They're getting rid of the women and children are leaving, and the men are staying. And then it's just I don't know. It's not funny. It's just like, so it is still women and children first, which is good. I like that. But I don't like this picture, but I like this picture because it's fascinating. Because then this picture is on International Women's Day in Istanbul. They were protesting, and this woman fainted after pepper spray. The only reason these photos are interesting because I thought they were movies. I thought these were pictures from some of the Oscar-winning movies or Oscar-nominated movies. It's terrifying that it's for real. There's a war going on, and that's why this was an International Women's Day. It was a demonstration against gender-based violence. International Women's Day was a real problem, apparently. This is in Chile. In Santiago, Catalina. So I always put up the stuff in Chile. And they were singing the song Un Violador en tu camino, which is a rapist in your path. A lot of fun people there in Chile, I guess. Having a good time. But the mess was ridiculous because, I always put these pictures of the Paris Fashion Week or any of the fashion weeks they're having across the country. And it looks like this is a protester and she's not doing anything. And that's what it looks like they've been doing. All these fashion weeks with this nonsense. Look, this is a Madrid Fashion Week. What the fuck is happening? How is this a fashion? Nick, do you remember when this used to be fashion? Cindy Crawford on the runway in a normal woman's
she
dress?
wasn't my favorite, but she's lovely.
What? I don't understand. What the hell happened?
You're not supposed to understand. That looks like Hellraiser's girlfriend.
Yeah, right? Right. Let's begin. Hellraiser. Pinhead. Right.
Yeah, Pinhead's girlfriend.
God, wasn't she something else, Cindy Crawford? Oh, boy. I can't take my eyes off it. That's what I'm sorry. Oh, and this is that idiot, Jane Champion, right? So she wins the Critics' Choice Award.
Jane Champion.
Whatever. I don't care. She should be canceled. They should call it Jane Cancellation. She should get canceled because at the Critics Award, when she won for some reason Best Director for this horrible movie that everybody seems to hate.
Yeah.
They gave it to her maybe because she's a woman, which is not cool, but I get it. But this woman said she's had it tougher than the Williams sisters. She's had it tougher being a woman than the Williams sisters have had it as a woman, as black women. She's basically saying she's had it tougher being a white woman in Hollywood than the Williams sisters. She should be canceled immediately. If we're doing this, and why won't she get canceled? Everybody's two-faced.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, she twisted Sam Elliott's words.
Oh, she twisted Sam Elliott's words too? Because I know he hates the power of the dog.
Right.
What's
She
she saying?
trying to make his comments sound homophobic when he was saying they just didn't look like cowboys. They look too soft.
Yeah. She's horrible. She needs to be canceled. I'm really good with it. No,
his
I
main
will not
gripe
give her
was
a
like
break.
Cumberbatch wearing chaps inside, never taking the chaps off.
V non fito, however you pronounce that. I would give her a break if we lived in a world where people got breaks. Why is she getting a break? Do you know what I'm saying? Am I making?
I
That's what I'm
understand.
trying to
I
say.
understand the logic of your argument.
And Angela, their boobs do look amazing. You have to say, they do look good. I don't usually find them attractive, but this is a good picture of the Williams sisters.
I'm not
and they have been through a lot. To use the Williams sisters as an example is the worst. To triumph over the white tennis world is a goddamn miracle. And maybe I got to see that King Richard movie. I don't know. I didn't want to see it, but maybe I do. Meanwhile, also on International Women's Day, there were these life-size 3D printed statues at the Smithsonian, outside the Smithsonian, to honor International Women's Day. Now, follow me on this. These are 3D printed statues. Now, am I crazy? Since the president of the Ukraine was a comedian, would he think like I would think if I was the president? And possibly, this is not a bad plan. Pull a Blazing Saddles and make cardboard cutouts of everybody, and that's where they start blasting. The Russians are so stupid. They just they blast the cardboard cutouts, and everybody's in a safe location. Now, is that not brilliant, or is that not brilliant?
I know there's a hole in that theory, but I can't figure out what it is.
There's no hole. It's a goddamn brilliant plan. If this is done by a 3D printer, that's what we could contribute. Since we can't make a move without starting World War III, we can send them a bunch of 3D printers, which would not be an act of war, so they can make cardboard cutouts or whatever it is, houses and people. So that's where Russia can start blasting and nobody will get hurt.
Somebody
you so
in
much.
the chat asked who my favorite supermodel was, and it was Christy Turlington. Was my number one for when I was a kid.
Mine was I can't. It's hard to go across Christy Brinkley, but
Christy
actually,
Turlington.
I really liked. If we're talking about the original 7 or 8 supermodels, the original, and Christy Turlington is one of them. Claudia Schiffer for me.
Oh yeah, that's pretty strong.
And David Copperfield, ended up marrying her, which again, what a feat for the Jewish people, marrying a completely white, blonde German girl. That would really have killed Hitler if he was still alive. Thank you. Yeah, and while the war is going on, these idiots are fighting over a soccer game in Mexico on Saturday. They're fighting in the stands. They abandoned the game, so everybody lost because of these idiots fighting over a goddamn soccer game.
But you being a Jets fan probably has seen something like this every week when you go out there, right?
Absolutely, and they usually don't abandon the game. They call people in and they, they get them out. They know how to handle this stuff. Carlo asked Nick, is your brother a Family Guy? What does that mean? Like the TV show? Catalina says her dad agrees with me. Thank you.
Oh, I see what he's saying. Peter. Yeah. Yes, he is. I love that fat guy.
So this is the best protest I've ever seen. This is showing Ukrainian, that against Russia. Of course, where is it located? Budapest. This is the exact right way to do it. Peaceful, calmly, and clearly sending a message, and well organized. The Budapest people certainly know how to keep things calm. I like that picture a lot. This annoyed the shit out of me because this was on International Agricultural Fair Day in Paris last week on the, I cannot pronounce this, Champs-Élysées. How do you pronounce it? The Champs-Élysées. What is it?
I think it's Champs-Élysées.
I think you're right. I knew what most people know how to pronounce it.
That's close.
And there's a shepherd with 2,000 sheep. And everyone knows who knows me, who knows my podcast, how much I hate this, because this is usually when I'm trying to take my car out of the parking garage. And if it was full with 2,000 sheep, I can't go visit my mother on Thursday because it's St. Patrick's Day, and my parking garage is always parked right where the parade is. It drives me
right. This is when you're on your way. You're in a hurry to pick up Rachel, and this is what happens.
Exactly. Right, because I think Anonymous mentioned I was her Uber driver, or Liz did rather. Yes, exactly. And I love putting these pictures when these idiot cyclists get into accidents. It makes me so happy. I don't know, because they all just look like dicks, and they wear stupid stuff. And I love when they get into an accident. Look, this guy over here, he's like smiling. He's like smiling. This guy here, that's great. Oh, I don't know why that makes me happy. I just think cycling's so stupid, and I don't know. Meanwhile, here's the other, see, this doesn't bother me because it's clearly not on a highway. This is the 98th Vasaloppet cross-country ski race in Sweden. It's 90 kilometers or 55 miles. This has got to be, I would not want to be in the middle of this, because if you're wearing skis, how are you not falling all over everybody? It's one thing to be in a marathon running on the Verrazano Bridge where you could kind of stay away from people, but how are you not just stepping on everyone's skis there? That just looks awful, but at least it's not in a place where I'd have to take the car out of the garage, so I let it go. Right, Anonymous, looks like a super spreader event. Absolutely, except that it's cold, so you would think the COVID couldn't carry there. Is that a thing? Speaking of cold, this was the 50th dog sled race in Alaska on Monday. It's still going on. It's like a 9-day race. Who knew they even had it anymore? Did you know they had a sled dog race, Nick? Still?
No, I did not. I know so little that was no way that was going to catch.
Oh,
my
it's a
attention.
thing. This is the leaderboard. It's called the Iditarod.
I did a ride.
Iditarod.
What you know what it is, Mike?
Yeah.
You've heard of it?
Yeah, there's like movies about it and stuff.
How'd you
Yeah,
pronounce
it's
it?
famous.
I did a ride.
Iditarod. Yeah, their leaderboard. This is the status as of yesterday. I mean, it's really insane. Yeah, they have little shoes, right? Catalina, isn't that the funniest? That must be new. I don't think they had those in 1925. And this is the route. And you can see that's funny. They're using the northern route this year because it's an even year.
Oh,
And the southern year is the odd route. And you go from Anchorage to Nome. You go to Anchorage to Dwarman.
Ah, like a boy.
And then you run over here, you run into Yukon Cornelius. Nothing. Look at what he
wants
can
to be a
do.
dentist.
A
Football's
dentist.
bounce. Herbie wants to be a dentist. All right, 4:30 sharp. Right. Well, Catalina, I'm glad you mentioned it. Well, first of all, I think this is my favorite kind of dog. Now, I always say my favorite kind of dog is a Shibu Emu, but I think it comes from this breed. Maybe.
That's a beautiful dog.
This is an Alaskan Malamute. Isn't that a beautiful dog? Catalina was just saying, I want to pet it, and this is exactly the kind of dog I would like. I want to pet them. Yeah, I know, right? Isn't this a great dog? What a great dog. But I always think of Mush Malamute because there was a cartoon growing up called Klondike Cat.
Yeah.
And that's all I know about Malamutes, and that's how I knew about these kind of dogs, because he would always be after this mouse called Savoir Faire. And he would say, Savoir Faire is everywhere. He was French Canadian. And his dog was his manservant, and he was called Malamute. So he would always say, Mush Malamute. And that's how I know what a Malamute is, thanks to this cartoon. You're welcome, America. So yeah,
Walter.
I did not know this. Nick and Mike, maybe you knew this.
Mhm.
Did you know there was a statue where we live in Central Park of Balto,
Yes.
the legendary dog? You knew?
I walked by it one time.
I did not know that.
Now, I can't figure out whether I'm crazy or not, but they said this was put up there in 1925. I don't know if that's true. I know what happened for this Balto, I was doing the research, is that Balto is known for the sledding of a big serum, almost like a vaccine run in 1925 that I guess made him a legendary hero sledding dog.
Yes.
But they keep saying it was put there in 1925. I didn't know Central Park was even there in 1925.
Oh, you're
And
an idiot.
What?
You didn't know Central Park was there in 1925?
I don't know. Was it?
All right. Yes.
I wasn't sure what Central Park was.
Didn't you
Shut up,
see?
Mike.
Didn't you see? What was it? Gangs of New York. That was earlier than 1925.
No, I never. That movie looked not fun for me.
Oh, really, Scorsese? I thought you'd be all over Scorsese.
Yeah, but I didn't like that. That movie just rubbed me the wrong way. It
was too historical.
No, I don't know. I haven't watched Once Upon a Time in America, and I just taped it.
I
That's
haven't
Sergio-
either. I haven't seen
That's
that.
Sergio Leone, but I taped it, so I'm going to watch it after the Oscars. Got to keep up on the Oscar stuff. Okay, so I guess it was there since 1925. Who knew? And it's like right by where I live. I think it's on 67th Street, right by the zoo. Who knew that Balto was apparently the greatest dog of all time? And they made a movie about the guy, and there's a statue. Meanwhile, this movie was a Spielberg movie, and it completely bombed.
Balto was produced by him?
Yeah, by DreamWorks and Spielberg,
Wow.
and it bombed. It completely bombed. I wasn't sure, Liz. It was built 150 years ago, right? Well, sometimes I get confused what 150 years ago is. I always know about the guy, what's his name? Robert Moses, who kind of built New York and built the highways. I guess I always hear that he wanted to totally rip apart Central Park. He hated it. and he just wanted to build a thoroughfare through it.
That's so
like,
funny. Yeah, there's not that you'd ever watch it, but there's a really nice documentary on the creation of Central Park.
No, I like that kind of stuff, and but I've seen the documentary on Robert Moses, and that's why I thought maybe because he was around, and he just hated parks and he just wanted highways, and he was a real dick apparently. But I like this Balto. I mean, who knew? And then it's a bomb, right? But Balto's so popular, they made Balto 2.
Balto has some leverage in the business.
Yeah, well, apparently it's a huge business because then they made Balto 3.
No.
Yes, and Balto's back and better than ever.
Can you enlarge
that?
Who said
that? Parenting Magazine.
Oh.
Bruce Kluger.
Bruce Kluger. He was good. Oh, he's good. He's good.
Oh, he's good. He's not bad.
No, it's an embarrassment for Bruce Kluger because what they usually say when Balto's back and better than ever, they save that for fucking James Bond. That's what that makes sense, especially being the second James Bond. And then of course, Bond is the best and back. This makes sense to say Bond is back. Bond is back. He has a fucking jetpack. He's back and he's better than ever. Thunderball. And then in Balto, he's back. It's his wife. They're taking care of a kid. Yay!
We don't know that he doesn't have a jetpack.
What?
That we don't know that he doesn't have a jetpack.
Balto?
Yeah, we don't know.
You haven't seen the movie.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
All right, I'm just gonna guess he doesn't. And then the Balto 4, the dog who loved me. And then this is the beginning of Thunderball, where James Bond punches this woman in the face.
She's a man, baby.
It's a man, though, yeah. And he's like, remember that? It was a vicious fight. It was so awesome, my dear Colonel Bouvard. You shouldn't have opened that car door yourself. And but Balto, who's back and better than ever, has a real run-in with this duck. So that's, or whatever the fuck it is. How dare they say Balto is back and better than ever? That's what I'm going to name my series if I have one. Balto's on display at Cleveland's Museum of History. It is. What is so great about Balto? I never heard of it until today. And just a promotion for myself, I will be with Marina Franklin at the Fatback Pussycat on Wednesday, March 30th with her friend Evelyn. Nick, where are you going to be? You're going to be in Kentucky, you said. I'm sorry, I wasn't usually
you can
prepared
look
for
at
that.
my website at nickgriffin.net. And please follow me on Instagram. I'm definitely going to be in Louisville and Lexington in March, April. I'd love for anyone to come out. That would be fantastic.
Marcy definitely lives there. Marcy, if you're still in the chat room, would you go see him?
Come on, Marcy. Let's make this happen.
I think that would be nice.
And I'll be in Chicago then, too. So,
thank you, Liz. I know. I'd love to do voiceovers for cartoons. I've done a couple. Oh, Marcy, yeah, she's still here. Yeah, I know. I've done a couple. I was in Dr. Katz and stuff like that, and I actually did a Scooby-Doo.
No,
was
you
awesome.
didn't.
I did. It was great. I'll play it for you guys next time. I have it. It's I did the Dangerfield voice. I played this guy who was like, "Hey, we should make this a movie. We'll call it Goofy Kids with a Dog." Oh, it'll be terrific. I'll tell you. Oh, yeah, it was really exciting. It was really exciting because I was at the I was at the end where they're at the table, and I come in after the line, and I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you meddling kids. And then I come in, I've been watching your pathetic existence for a while, something like that. It was really great. Both Louisville and Lex are a little over an hour away from me. Jesus, Marcy, where the hell do you live?
Where is she?
If you live an hour away from Louisville and Lexington, you must be in the boonies. Scooby-Doo's back and better than ever, I'll tell you. What did I just see the other day where somebody said that they were mad because somebody's favorite do was Scrappy, and they were like, I even let that go.
There's only two.
What?
There's only two. There's Scrappy
and Scrappy-Doo. Nobody.
I didn't know if there was some new. I thought Balto joined them.
Shut up, you and Balto. Screw Balto. Yeah, no, that was awesome. It was great being with Scooby-Doo because I did it with. We all were in the same room, so I did it with the guy who does not just Scooby's voice. He didn't invent Scooby's voice, but he was like there like a year after. He's been doing voices since the 60s. You got to look this guy up online. He's amazing. He also does, he's 73, or he was at the time, and he also does Alan's voice. I think that's his name, the good-looking, blonde-haired kid.
Fred.
So
Right.
to see a 73-year-old talk like
Do you mean Fred?
Scooby, yeah, Fred. Yeah.
Fred.
Scooby, we've got to make it. I mean, his voice sounds so young. He's so good. You look up his IMDb page. It's so fascinating. He even does like the wind in Harry Potter or something. He's the guy that
Frank Welker, right?
What? Oh yeah. Frank Welker. That's it. I believe that's his name. Yeah. It was exciting to meet him. He does everything. I was kind of hoping that was the same place they usually film Mark Hamill to do Batman, and I was kind of hoping to meet Mark Hamill. I did meet Kurtwood Smith that day, who I think might have died. He was the father in that 70s show, and he did a lot of voiceovers for Batman. Great guy. He was also in
that guy. Yeah,
he was also in RoboCop.
That guy worked a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, worked a lot. Yeah. I think he died. Oh, Marcy lives in a suburb of Cincinnati. So wait, Marcy, you live in Ohio? See, I do not understand.
Keep an eye out because I play Go Bananas in Cincinnati as well. Just follow me on Instagram. It'd be really easy, and I would love to see you there.
Yes, maybe we could get her in. Is that rude? Just one person. You don't have any other friends?
No, I don't.
It's not like asking for a whole bunch. And Marcy is like really cool. She is a very dedicated friend. Right. He was great on that 70s show, Liz. Northern Kentucky. Where the hell is Northern Kentucky? I don't know. 15 miles south of Cincinnati. Huh.
He's still alive.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, Kirkwood Smith's still alive.
God,
You killed him.
Hope he's not watching.
He's 78.
Well, he was really nice. Nice guy for playing. He always plays dicks. So It's great when you see. It's like Susie Essman, She might be one of the kindest people I've ever met and plays like the worst character ever on Curb Your Enthusiasm. Nick, you know her, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, she's like one of the kindest people and yet plays this, awful character. That's good acting. Anyway, I guess that's our show for this week. Nick, thank you so much for hanging around and staying and making picks and looking.
Thanks. Good to see both you and Mike. And I'll be around if you need me again.
If you want to come for the Oscars show, you can. We're going to make picks again for the Oscars next week. We're going to have a little Scotty Gorenstein on. Thank you, Anonymous. Happy Purim. St. Patrick's Day to everybody. Happy both of that to everybody. That's a holiday that can only happen in New York. Purim and St. Patrick's Day. And there's a Purim parade outside my building too. And I'm like, are you guys out of your mind? And we just kind of keep it quiet when it coincides with St. Patrick's Day. We're not idiots here. But no, thank you everybody for coming in. Mike, where are you going to be playing this weekend or anything?
This Saturday I'll be in Austin, and then next week I'll be at Laugh Out Loud in San Antonio with Giannis Papas, and the 7th through the 9th of April I'll be at Plano, Texas with Sean Donnelly.
That is
cool.
Awesome. I'm glad you have so much stuff going on. That's so much fun. It looks like things might be opening up again, even for little people like myself.
Bye, Marcy.
Oh, thank you, Marcy. So I guess that's it for tonight. We'll all see you next week promptly at 6 o'clock. Catalina, 6 o'clock. That is the time it is here in New York City. And that's what we go by. So hopefully your time won't change by then. But thank you, everybody, for coming. Thank you, Nick. And we'll all see you next week on the Comedy Cellar Nightly Show. Good night, everybody.